Welcome everyone. This is Amy Engelmark. Welcome to my home. We are live and this webinar that you're joining is called, sorry, I just got caught off track there. It's called Breakthrough to Your Fun and Fabulous Life. And I'm super excited to have you on live. My invitation for you is that when you join, that you put your name and where you're from in the chat bar. I couldn't see my chat room, so I was like, hope you guys can see it. Yes, this webinar is an awesome place to be, a great training to be on weekly. It happens weekly Wednesdays at 11 a.m. If you are an entrepreneur and you're balancing so many responsibilities that you just are starting to feel worn out, this is the right place for you. If you're a community leader, a business leader, maybe you're in the sales profession, maybe you're in the healthcare profession, and you just feel like you have no time for yourself anymore and you have no idea where you would fit in exercise or more family time. Maybe you'd like to take consistent time off instead of just a random vacation here or there next year. You know, you are in the right place. So what I focus on in these webinars is helping you increase your productivity. So you're going to learn strategies to do that. Also, when you increase your productivity, you're going to increase the success and wealth of your business. You'll also learn some systems that I use in my own life to decrease stress and boost your health. So you're in the right place if you'd like both of those. I coach people all over North America. I offer group coaching and private coaching. I work primarily with people in the healthcare professions, financial advisors as well, entrepreneurs. I work with community and business leaders, people who are ready to make a change. They're serious and committed about taking action so that they can see big, beautiful, fresh results show up in their businesses and personal lives. I'll tell you a little bit about me before I get going on the training today. By the way, the topic for today's training is how to ask for help and not feel badly about it. So if this is something that you've struggled with, this will really help. So a little bit about me before we get going. I really did struggle in this area of asking for help. You know, I know how it feels to feel like you're wearing so many different hats and you just don't know how to prioritize your time, or you feel badly about asking for help because you think that you should have it all together. When I had young boys, right now they're 8 and 10, both boys, I felt like I had no clue how to ask for help, and I had no clue how to do that without feeling badly. I felt like I was incompetent if I asked for help, and I felt like I was weak if I asked for help. So if you can understand those feelings, this training is really going to help you create a breakthrough for yourself. So I decided to start asking people that I trusted the most. I asked those people for small favors, and that's how I started training myself to become more comfortable asking for help. And I also was careful not to judge myself as weak or incompetent just because I was asking for help. So my life has really changed, and my business has really changed because I've learned how to do that. I've learned how to reach out and not be an island all to myself. And it's so important in your business life, in your career. It's so important as a mom, a parent, a person, to be in connection with other people. So I'm going to invite you to stay for the whole training, because at the end of the training, I'm going to offer you, those of you who are on live have access to this. It is a book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. And it's a book that I have used to help implement new habits in my clients' lives, habits that have really helped my clients and myself overcome fears, big and small. So it'll really help you too. And I'm going to ask a question for those of you who are on live at the end of the webinar. If you answer it correctly, then you'll get the book, and I'll send it to your door. For those of you who are watching the replay, I'm going to give you a link to access the 2 chapters of my upcoming book. So the e-version of those 2 first chapters. My book's name is From Burnt Out to Bliss, and it's a 30-day challenge for high achievers to have more fun and more time freedom. So I'm just going to grab that link for you right now and post it before I hop into the training. So here you go. Here is the link. And if for some reason I get cut off, then you can reach me with your questions at amy@amyengelmark.com. That's my email. So there's the link for the 2 free chapters for those of you who are watching the replay. Okay, let's hop into the training. I'm going to get my notes here. And this is the time where you want to grab your pen and paper and take good notes. Okay, here we go. So ask for help. How to ask for help and not feel bad about it. We have this thinking pattern, this mindset that I should be able to do everything myself. Put your hand up if that is you. You feel like maybe you grew up in our Western culture where it is just so ingrained in us to be independent and to foster that independence all the time. We're taught that we shouldn't need other people's help, and if we do, that must mean something negative about us, like maybe we're incompetent, like I was talking about earlier in my own life. Maybe that means I'm weak then, if I can't handle everything myself. Maybe that means I'm not good at managing my time if I can't do this task as well as all the other 10 tasks on my plate today. It sometimes makes us feel inadequate, and it's almost like when we ask for help, we need to be willing to show up to others as imperfect. And that's not a bad thing, but it's looked at as a negative thing to show up and not have it all together, not be perfect. Just gonna have a sip. Ah, so good. So the truth is that even though we feel weak and incompetent when we ask for what we need, we ask for help, it's actually a sign of strength. And believe it or not, it's been proven that others see you as more strong and competent, big aha here, when you ask for help, when you are willing to show up like everybody else feels on the inside, like you're willing to be seen as a real person, not polished and perfect. That's admirable. I want you to get that in your head and also in your heart. You're a normal person. You're actually a fantastically, extravagantly awesome person, but you're not perfect, and either am I, and either is anyone else. And when you try and be perfect, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. When you try and handle everything yourself, it's unrealistic. I mean, we could live our whole lives and not learn how to do everything. We just don't have enough time on this earth. So we're meant to be in relationship with others. We're meant to need others. Other people actually need us too. There's a good one. So I'm going to give you 6 steps to help you start asking for help and to help you ask for help and at the same time not feel badly about it. So step number 1 is maybe one of the hardest steps that you're going to need to take. It's because it's an internal step, and it's to swallow your pride. Swallow your pride and show up imperfectly. It takes guts to admit that you need help, that you can't handle it. Doesn't mean you're weak. But that's the first step, to realize that you need help. So if you've tried to solve the problem before, or it's something that you're afraid of and you need to learn how, or you need an extra hand, you know that you need help, and it's time to be open about that and accept that and swallow your pride, or maybe spit your pride out. I like the idea of spitting pride out instead of swallowing it. I don't want it inside. Number 2 is decide who to ask help from. So what do you need help with? Is it with your children? Is it with maybe a big project at work? Who do you ask, right? It's dependent on how big the task is at hand, how weighty the amount of help is that you need. So if it's for a serious challenge, you might want to go and get mentorship and support from someone other than a friend or a family member. But just determine who it is that you would ask and make a list of those people that would fit the role that you're looking for. Number 3 is to maintain a positive self-image. This is paramount. The way that you treat yourself, the way you view yourself, what you think about yourself, and even what you tell yourself to be true is so important, because when you're asking for help, if you tell yourself, oh, you're such a loser, I can't believe you're not able to handle all of this. Like, what's happened to you? Are you falling apart? You used to be able to handle all of this. You used to be able to handle all these tasks at once, all this pressure, and now you can. You must be lacking in some area. You must have changed. Maybe you're not as valuable now. So watch the chatter in your head. Speak life into your own life. You might even say out loud, your words hold power. I am super valuable. I am worth asking help for. Other people care about me. I am loved and I'm supported, and all of my needs get supernaturally met every single day. So whatever you need to start believing about yourself, start saying it. It might feel strange if you don't believe what you're saying about yourself, but the more you say it, the more you start taking action on that belief, and then your behavior changes and your habits change to support your new view of yourself. It's fantastic. Okay, let's move on to the next step. Step number 4 is to remind yourself that you're not the only one who's affected if you don't ask for help. This is pretty important. We usually think about ourselves way more than we think about other people. It just seems like it's our nature, and we need to change that nature. We need to become aware of who else is negatively affected. What is the cost that other people pay when we don't ask for help, when we don't overcome this fear and grow bigger than this fear? Well, in my own life, when the kids were younger and I needed to ask for help with childcare as my business took off, that was really hard for me, right? And if I didn't ask for help, a couple things would have happened. It would have negatively affected my marriage because I would have become too stressed. I wouldn't have liked the amount of stress and pressure I would have felt if I didn't ask for help. There's no way that I would have been able to handle my coaching clients' needs and have kids running underfoot. Kids who needed me and wanted my attention. So my ability to coach my clients would have suffered, and I wouldn't have been able to give them everything that I want to for support and accountability, etc. So you see, other people suffer and other people are affected when you don't ask for help. I had a conversation with a wonderful woman who is in a leadership position, and she became aware that she was having a hard time even thinking about asking for help from other people if she didn't pay those other people to help her. She felt okay if she was paying them, but I think she felt like she wasn't giving them anything back. It wasn't a fair trade, and she was putting pressure on people, maybe making people feel burdened by asking them for help. But let's look at the costs if she doesn't take action and overcome this fear. All of those people, this was something she needed to ask for help for, was in a big community capacity. It was business focused, and a lot of people will benefit when she asks for help. So many community members will be positively impacted if she asks for help. But if she doesn't ask for help, she may not find herself in the leadership position that she wants to play a role in, a big role. It will cost other people because she will not be mentoring, supporting, and standing up for, fighting for all of these community members on behalf of them. So I encourage you to think about who else pays the price when you choose to not ask for help. You're not the only one who's paying a price. Think of all the other people in your personal life and in your business life who will also pay a price. Okay? It's powerful to write a list of those people who will also pay, because you don't want them to pay. And it's a good motivation to know who else will be paying a price. Number 5, you need to take away some sort of something that you're learning, something that you can do better next time from your first experience asking for help. Maybe people will say yes, maybe people will say no, but you need to know that you don't just give it one try and ask for help one time. What you need to do is not give up. So what is your learning that you can take away from the first time that you ask for help so that you continue to ask and you continue to get better at it? What will your learning be? Well, sounds like I have kids home on summer break, so I'll be hanging out with them after this webinar. Number 6, like I said, ask for help again. Don't give up. Develop your strengths. Develop this habit so it becomes something you can easily do. You have more wisdom and experience in doing it. And then, so I'm not available right now. Yep. And I'll hang out with you after, okay? Yeah. My sweet son, Simon. So when people offer to help you and they sign up to help you out, then it means 3 things about them. Here are those 3 things that you need to remind yourself about these people. When they say yes and they commit to helping you, they are being sincere. They mean it. They mean what they say, and you need to take them at their word. Otherwise, you'll be doubting and wondering if you're pressuring them. The second thing about this type of person who says yes is you need to remember that the responsibility does not fall on them to follow up with you. The responsibility lies in your control to follow up with them. So if they said yes, don't start thinking that they didn't mean it if they don't follow up with you. They do mean it, but you need to be, you need to make sure that, like within any transaction, personal relationship or business, that you follow up. Okay? The third point about this person who's saying yes to helping you out is to be very clear with them about how they can help. So give them a specific task. For example, if you're sick and you need help with meals or laundry or something needs to be dropped off, you need to ask them specifically, could you come and do my laundry for the next 2 weeks on Wednesdays? Instead of, could you come and do my laundry sometime? I'm having a hard time even being out of bed right now. So be specific. If it's a business request and you're wanting somebody to help you with business, just be specific in the task that you're asking them to do. So in closing, you may think that you're being a burden on people when you ask them to help you. But the truth of the situation is, if you put yourself in their shoes and you had said yes to helping, you wouldn't feel like it was a burden. You'd be happy to help. If you've committed, then you're being sincere in your commitment. You know your own boundaries. They know theirs. That's what you need to trust. So, it was a short webinar today. Short but sweet. If you are viewing this and you have questions, I invite you to send them to me at amy@amyengelmark.com. And I want to tell you about my private coaching, because if you are someone who has a hard time asking for help, or if you're noticing at work your productivity could be better, you want to have more success in your business life, you want to feel like more of an excellent leader instead of just settling for less, maybe you want to have more free time, so you want to have more flexibility and more freedom in your lifestyle, to have more fun and rest more, play more, have family time, then private coaching is the way to go. That, everything that I was talking about there, that is what I help you do in my life coaching, in my business coaching. I'm also a stress management consultant. So the results that I help you get come from strategies and systems that are proven to work. They've worked in many of my clients' lives. They work in my life to boost productivity, boost income, kickstart your health, and really decrease your stress. So if you're looking for that, I invite you to join me for, oh my goodness, sorry, thought that I said I wanted her to find something about looking. My phone's talking to me. I invite you to get in contact with me, because I have 5 available coaching spots and they go very quickly. What I spend my time on is already taking up a lot of my time. So as you know, I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman, I do a lot of speaking engagements. My coaching calendar is quite full, but it is my joy and my privilege to offer these coaching sessions to you. And there's no pressure at all. There is no pressure. They're free. So if you're somebody who's serious and committed about making a change, and you're ready, you're tired of waiting to see results happen and they're just not happening, I invite you to connect with me, and you can fill out an application so that we can have that time together, and I will go through your goals with a fine-tooth comb to see what you need to work on, what's holding you back, and what action plan you would need to implement to move your life and your business forward. So you can find that application form at amyengelmark.com/about. Oh, sorry, /breakthrough. Let me just put that there for you. www.amyengelmark.com/breakthrough. There, I put it in the chat room. All right. So I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday. This is July the 13th. And that you are so enjoying some sun wherever you are. It's starting to come out back here in beautiful Vancouver Island. I love it. I'm going to head out for a swim. I hope to hear from some of you. Those spots go fast. So I'd encourage you to take me up on the offer, and it would be my pleasure to help. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.